Okay, so you're here because you want to get smart fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal. No fluff, just the key stuff.
Exactly. Straight to the point.
And today, we're diving into something really fascinating. Ho'oponopono.
Mm.
We're looking at how this ancient Hawaiian practice links up with the law of attraction, and maybe even more importantly, how it might work on our subconscious minds.
Yeah, that subconscious piece is key.
We've got some interesting material, including an article that really explores this connection and even shares some personal takes.
Right.
So our mission today, to figure out if these like 4 simple Hawaiian phrases could genuinely help clear out inner blocks and, help attract more abundance.
It sounds deceptively simple, doesn't it?
It really does. 4 phrases,
Yeah,
potentially changing your inner world. Let's unpack it.
let's do it. And what's striking right away is that simplicity. Ho'oponopono.
Right.
The article we looked at, it translates it as to make right or to set things in order.
Okay.
And that just speaks to this basic human need for balance,
Yeah.
Not just inside us, but in our relationships too.
So like fixing things.
Yeah. And traditionally, as the article notes, it was very much a community thing in Hawaii.
Oh, interesting.
Families would gather, maybe with an elder, a kahuna, guiding them.
A kahuna.
Yeah, an elder or priest figure. They'd work through conflicts, heal disagreements in the group. It was all about collective reconciliation.
Okay, so it started as this community healing process.
Yeah.
But then the article mentions how it kind of shifted, right? Came into the modern world differently.
It did, yeah. Largely through that story about Dr. Ayahaliakala Hugh Len and Joe Patel.
Oh, right. The story about Dr. Len and the hospital
Yeah.
with the criminally insane patients.
That's the one. The idea that he helped facilitate healing, supposedly just by silently repeating these phrases while reviewing their files.
It just, wow. It makes you really stop and think, hold on, how could that possibly work?
It absolutely challenges our usual way of thinking. And the core idea coming out of that, which the article highlights, is this concept of 100% responsibility.
That's a big one.
Huge. The idea that everything we experience, everything showing up in our reality, is somehow reflecting what's happening inside us.
A projection from within.
Exactly. Which naturally leads you to wonder, well, how does that inner stuff project outwards? And that's the direct link to the law of attraction, isn't it?
Yeah. Our internal state, thoughts, feelings, beliefs, acting like a magnet.
Attracting experiences that match that vibration. It's a powerful connection.
It really is something to get your head around.
Yeah.
Then the article gets personal, which I always appreciate.
I too.
The author talks about actually using Ho'oponopono and feeling a real difference, like a lightness. It's not just theory then. It's, I tried this and this happened. That feels more real somehow.
Definitely makes it more relatable. And then there's the mention of Beth Russo.
Right, the Brazilian teacher.
Yeah, and the author's gratitude towards her, the description, radiant energy, joy, humility. It paints this picture of someone really living the practice.
Like embodying it.
Exactly. It suggests that this practice can actually lead to a certain very positive way of being in the world. It's like seeing the philosophy in action.
Gives you a sort of benchmark. So, okay, we've got this ancient tradition becoming a modern tool. The radical idea of total responsibility, the law of attraction link, and personal experiences. But the big question still, for me anyway, is how? How does saying 4 little phrases actually create these shifts? The article digs into the subconscious mind impact, and that's where it gets super interesting.
It really does. And the article uses this great metaphor, calls the phrases a spiritual solvent.
Ooh, I like that. A solvent?
Yeah. Think about it dissolving something inside. And what it's targeting, the article suggests, is that energetic gunk we carry subconsciously.
Gunk, like old baggage.
Pretty much old memories, shame, guilt, anger, all that stuff creating emotional charge, like static.
Interfering with the present.
Exactly, interfering with what we want to manifest. So it's like clearing out old corrupted data so the system runs better.
Makes sense. And those 4 specific phrases, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, they're not random, are they? The article explains the intention behind each one.
Not at all. I'm sorry is that first step, right? Acknowledging your part, taking responsibility for whatever misalignment inside contributed to this situation you're seeing.
Okay, so it's like saying, I see something's off and I recognize my internal connection to it.
Precisely. Not blame necessarily, but acknowledgement. Then, please forgive me. That's about releasing judgment.
Your judgment of yourself or the situation or others.
Both, really. It's opening the door to transformation, letting go of that critical energy so healing can happen, creating space.
Okay, and thank you. That seems like a shift in perspective.
It is. The article frames it as gratitude, not just for the good stuff, but for the opportunity to clear this energy, to heal. It signals you're open to receiving, trusting the process.
Finding the lesson or the gift, even in difficulty.
Kind of, yeah. And finally, I love you. The article calls this the ultimate vibration.
The highest frequency.
Essentially, yeah. The energy of unity, connection, divine flow. Tapping into that unconditional love dissolves the separation and negativity fueling those subconscious blocks.
No.
And the article really stresses it's not just saying the words mechanically, it's about feeling them. The intention matters.
That makes total sense because, like the article says, the law of attraction isn't just surface-level positive thinking.
No, it's deeper. It's about your overall vibration, and the subconscious is running most of that show.
Right. So if you're consciously wanting, say, abundance, but subconsciously you're running fear of lack programs.
You've got inner conflict, resistance, sabotage, like trying to drive with the brakes on.
Good analogy. So Ho'oponopono, by working on that subconscious level, neutralizing those charges, is like, what did the article say? Clearing the signal.
Exactly. Clearing the static, it helps you reach inner alignment, inner congruence, where your conscious goals and subconscious patterns aren't fighting each other.
And when you get that inner coherence,
the article suggests your outer reality starts to naturally reflect that harmony. You become a clearer channel, more magnetic to what you desire.
okay, so the article breaks this down further, calling Ho'oponopono a manifestation amplifier. Let's look at how it connects to the law of attraction specifically.
Well, it clears those negative vibrational patterns, obviously.
Right? Gets rid of the interference.
But more than that, it helps replace resistance with peace, with receptivity, and constantly invoking I love you, that high vibration. The article calls it the ultimate magnet.
Tuning yourself to love, essentially.
Pretty much aligning your energy field.
And then how it works on subconscious programming. The article mentions something interesting about healing memories without reliving trauma.
Yes, that's a key point. It seems to work by neutralizing the emotional charge tied to old memories.
So the memory might still be there, but the sting is gone?
Exactly. It loses its power over your present state. And in doing that, the article explains, you're also starting to program the subconscious with the higher frequencies of the phrases themselves: forgiveness, gratitude, love.
Reprogramming with positive input.
Right. And that ties into the third area, embodied manifestation.
Which isn't just thinking, it's living it. Flow.
Precisely. By clearing the internal noise, Ho'oponopono creates space. Space for intuition to come through more clearly.
So you get those intuitive nudges, inspired ideas.
You're more receptive to them. The article talks about strengthening the connection to divine intelligence or your higher self, whatever term resonates. It facilitates manifesting from flow, not struggle.
Less forcing, more allowing.
Exactly.
The article even touches on a kind of spiritual science here, connecting Ho'oponopono to things like quantum physics, neuroscience, without getting too technical.
Yeah, it just hints at the alignment, suggesting there are deeper principles at play that science is maybe starting to catch up with.
Like the mention of Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Right. His work on neuroplasticity, how repeating thoughts and feelings can literally rewire the brain. It lends support to the idea that sincerely practicing Ho'oponopono can create new neural pathways.
Pathways aligned with peace, forgiveness, love.
Which then broadcast a different energetic signature. And as the article suggests, this new signature creates a better vibrational match for what you want to attract.
It all circles back to vibration.
It seems to.
And the article really hammers home the importance of presence, doesn't it? It's not just saying the words.
Absolutely critical. The power is in feeling them, letting them resonate, allowing them to soften the ego, dissolve that resistance.
Emotional engagement, connecting heart and mind.
That's the key. And the article makes a good practical point, too, suggesting pairing it with other tools.
Like visualization or affirmation.
Yeah. Create a synergy. Use Ho'oponopono to clear the space, and then use visualization or affirmations to consciously fill that space with what you desire. Enhance the whole process.
Okay, so bringing this all together, this deep dive, guided by the article, really paints Ho'oponopono as this, well, surprisingly simple, but potentially really powerful way to clear out subconscious blocks.
The very blocks that often get in the way of manifesting, of attracting what we want via the law of attraction.
It seems these 4 phrases, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, offer a direct path to healing that inner landscape.
And by healing the inner, you influence the outer. The potential outcome, as the article suggests, is feeling lighter, brighter, more connected, less burdened.
Letting go of what doesn't serve you.
Exactly, opening up to more flow, more possibility.
Which leads us to a final thought to leave everyone with. Considering this idea of 100% responsibility, that everything in your experience is connected to your inner state, how might really embracing that perspective, maybe even trying these 4 phrases yourself, start to shift things? How might it change your perception and ultimately what you're able to create in your life?
It's a really powerful question to sit with.
Definitely food for thought. And as the article recommended, checking out Beth Russo's meditations might be a great starting point for anyone curious to experience this practice firsthand.